So I'm going to show you now how to grade things on Edpuzzle, which is really easy to do. So once you have a bunch of videos assigned and you want to record their scores in the gradebook, you can go to Gradebook and download, but before you do that, you have to grade any fill-in-the-blank answers. Most videos that I make, I have all multiple choice questions, but on occasion I'll throw in and fill-in-the-blank answer. So when I have one, it says here, one new answer. So this is actually if somebody did this late. Oh, and by the way, it's cut off on the side for anonymity. So when I show you my gradebook, most of the students' names, at least their last names, will be cut off. So that creates more anonymity for you, for my students. Okay, so when I click that, it's going to take me to the video, and it says one answer to grade. So I can go over here. The original question is, what causes the wind deflection in the separate hemispheres? She wrote the rotation of the Earth. It's a little vague, but I'm going to give it to her anyway. So if it's wrong, I can click the X. If it's right, I can click that. And it's just added to her score. So that was just one fill-in-the-blank from that whole video. The rest of those questions from this video were multiple choice. So let me go back. And so whenever I have a video with some fill-in-the-blank, it will tell me that I need to grade them here. Once I've graded them all there, and again, it's really, really quick to grade them by clicking on the red bar, and it will take you to the video that you need to grade the fill-in-the-blanks. I'm trying to see if there's another one. Here's a Keystone Pipeline question, one answer to grade, and again, if this question, which is cut off again, but it cuts off my student's last name, which is what I want for anonymity. What are the pros and cons of the Keystone Pipeline? What she wrote is great, so I'm just going to give her a check mark, and we're good. Okay, so once you've graded everything, and again, you can check it with My Classes, and you can check that you've graded everything that's fill in the blank. You can click Gradebook, and it's going to open the gradebook for you. Now, so it's going to take a minute to load, and when it loads, you're going to see all of them here that are assigned, but they're not due yet, so I don't have scores in. But as I scroll this way, these are the ones that students have already done, and these are their scores with the percentages on the videos. Just so you know, oh, I want to go back. Let this reload. So just so you know that the whenever I see something like this where a kid they just don't do any of these videos for homework, I go to that student, and even though I check at the beginning of the year to make sure they have internet access, sometimes their computers break and they don't tell me. They think they're just going to figure it out. So I go to them privately. I ask them, hey, what's happened? How can I help? And if they tell me my computer's broken, but it's going to get fixed today, and I just give them extended time, or maybe it's broken permanently, and we figure out another solution for them. Sometimes there's a loaner device, etc. But anyway, a personal conversation when you see a lot of zeros is helpful. Most of the time, 9 out of 10 times, the kid just tells me, yeah, I just don't like to do my homework. But sometimes it's a problem that they need help solving. Okay, well, I don't want to give them an individual grade for all of these little Edpuzzles because that's a lot of entering. Also, I'm not going to give them 100 points for these Edpuzzles. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to where, now this button over here, I know it's cut off, but it says Export Gradebook. So when I click Export Gradebook, it's going to download the gradebook in an Excel spreadsheet. So I'm going to go ahead and open up my Excel spreadsheet, and you're going to see here the Excel spreadsheet. So you can watch and see what I do to help make this really super easy. So I'm going to go ahead and just get rid of these ones. That, again, these aren't due yet. And then I can just take these scores. So what I do is I add up scores for a whole chapter. So all of the sticky note videos, all of the Edpuzzle videos for chapter 18, I will combine into one score. This one happens to be a video that didn't have any questions, so I don't need to count it. I could count it. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert a column. So you, again, if you don't know how to insert, you just click and you to highlight the whole column, and then you right click. And when you right click, you can click insert, and then it will click and insert a column right there. I already inserted the column though where I want, so I'm going to get rid of that one. So I inserted and added a column here, and all of this whole area is all of the Edpuzzles I assigned for chapter 18. So I'm going to add them up. These are all chapter 18 scores. So I'm going to highlight, including my empty column. So you have to have an empty column here, and then you highlight all of them that you assigned for a chapter, and then go up here where it clicked. This is a sum. You click sum, and it just added up all of the scores for all of your Edpuzzles right there. But I'm not going to give them 1,300 points. I like to give about 4 points per Edpuzzle. So what I do is I take the first one, and up here in the formula bar, I'm going to divide by 25 right there. So divide 25, enter, and it just took that score and it divided by 25. So what will go in my grade book is 53 points. I like to average up. So this person will get 53 points for all of the chapter 18 Edpuzzles. And you can see that they missed a few questions here or there. These are the percentages of questions they got right per Edpuzzle. So now I'm going to highlight that 52. I'm going to right click and I'm going to click copy. And then I'm going to highlight the whole column and I'm going to click paste. And it did the same thing. So it did this divide by 25 for all of the scores. So what I do is I highlight that, and I know this is the number that I'm going to put into my grade book. And then I print it because it doesn't quite import into Infinite Campus. So I've just shrunk all of these, so when I click print, it will print on one page and saves paper. And so you should have everything alphabetically. So you're cut off from this view of my students' names, but I can see that all of my students' names are there alphabetically, and now I have their score. And it's really, really quick to go into Infinite Campus and to just go down the row, entering 53, 42, 10, 15, 53, 50, etc. So this is the quick and easy way that I give scores for Edpuzzle.